Faceless 3D documentary videos are everywhere right now and they are crushing it. There are a lot of channels doing it. They're pulling a lot of views doing it. Channels like Fern, which I personally watch, I enjoy their content. The stories are really good and the animations also sells the story as well as the very good narration voice they have. So I'm a regular subscriber to this channel. I watch it and all of that and I'm like, okay, how do they do this? Can I actually do one? I don't have all these animation tools and everything to like recreate everything they do. So I was just like, how about I could do all of these things using just AI? I went ahead and I did this. Watch this and we'll talk about how I make this. You can actually make your own as well.
A billionaire gets kidnapped because he looked too poor to be one. Germany, 1971. Heinz, a broke gambler, is drowning in debt. Then he reads a book about the world's richest people. One name catches his eye. Theo Albrecht, co-founder of Aldi. Filthy rich. Heinz thinks, if I can't earn it, maybe I can steal it. So he calls his criminal buddy, Diamond Paul, and hatches a plan to kidnap Theo.
So, what do you think? How professional does it look? Anyways, in this video, I'm going to be going through all the steps to actually make one, and there are like 6 main steps in making this. Coming up with your script, generating the voice behind the script, creating the characters you need, building each scene, editing and timing all of this, bringing it all together, adding some sounds and making it feel cinematic. So yeah, let's jump straight in. Every great documentary actually starts with a very good script. You need a very good script to actually have people like, okay, what's this documentary about? I started with a true story, the kidnapping of Audi billionaire founder, Theo Albrecht. But the raw version was like very flat and you know, it's just like a newspaper article. So I gathered just a few information and I took it onto ChatGPT. The goal was to turn it into something watchable. It should sound like some of these YouTubers, like Fern for example. Short sentences, suspense, and a clean narrative. Basically, I gave it the real script and I told it to rewrite it to what I want. He had a couple of hooks, then I tried to like work with this one. This very one sounds very good to me and I'm just like, yeah, this is the right hook I need. A billionaire gets kidnapped because he looked too poor to be one. Boom, that's what I need. We should start from there. Next is now to generate a sound for it. The main thing about the sound is you need a very good voice that actually sounds like a good narration. The voice should fit the script you're reading. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, you need to be consistent with that. So right now I went on to 11 Labs. I tried to like go through a couple of sounds to like see which one I'm feeling. Then I went on with this Clyde guy. I went on with Clyde. I like the deep, gritty, cinematic tone that sounds like he's telling you like a secret kind of thing. Although it coughs a little, but yeah, that's ignorable. So I put in the script and I generated the audio I need using Clyde's voice. The next part is actually creating the characters, and I have 3 characters inside the story so far. We have Heinz, which is the broke gambler. We have Theo, which is the billionaire that they kidnapped, of course. And we have Diamond Paul, that is his partner in crime. So what I wanted is, I wanted a faceless, realistic image of them, which would be consistent. Because the key here is character consistency. You want the same person to appear in every frame so that everything you generate fits. It doesn't just look like a bunch of random picture every scene and you're like, what's going on? You want to carry your audience along. You could go ahead and generate their side view and all of that just for character consistency, but all I did was just generated the front view. So I have the 3 people I need. Then now it's time to like put them into my stories. With my characters ready, the next thing I did was to build the scene. So based on the story I had, I went back to ChatGPT now and I told it to break it into a couple of scenes that we could prompt to generate each of them. So it broke it down into 12 different scenes. So 12 different scenes for all I'm doing right now. Each of them, you can see there's something descriptive about what is happening there. You know, the characters that are in that particular scene and all of that. So for this part, after I generated the scenes with ChatGPT and all of that, then I now went on to NanoBanana. Trust me, NanoBanana is one of the best at doing this. I used NanoBanana and Kling AI a couple of times in this particular scenario. So with NanoBanana, I gave it the scene, I gave it the reference, and it generates the scene and the reference. Sometimes it doesn't generate it right, so you might need to like tweak it a bit, and sometimes it just adds a face where you don't want it since it's faceless. So you just have to reprompt it and it does the right thing. When I've generated all these 12 scenes, now I'm ready to like make a movie. There's a bonus tip here. you could decide like some of these scenes that looks like there's an action happening, you want that thing to be a video. So all you have to do is to pick the particular scene you want to make a video out of. You could go back to ChatGPT to tell you to give you a script to like turn this to a video. Then you go on to Kling AI, give it the image and give it that prompt. It's going to generate a video for that. You could use Google Veo 3.1 to generate this video as well. However, I think Kling AI is a bit cheaper than Google Veo 3.1 if it comes to this. So NanoBanana to generate your images, Kling AI to just generate the videos out of it. You don't need a long video, you just need like 4 or 5 seconds and you're good to go. Now we have the narration of the script, we have the images for all the scene, and we have some of those scenes as videos. Now we take all of these things and I jump into CapCut. So basically all I just did in CapCut, put in the video. You could use any editor you're very familiar with in this stage, by the way. CapCut is just one of the easy ones to just get a hold of. You put in the images, you put in the sounds, then you're building your scene. The goal here is pacing. You need to get the pacing right. Even static images can feel cinematic if you do it right. When you need to change a scene, let it happen when the narrator stops talking. So it feels natural, it feels easy, it feels like it's flowing. Like when you need to change a scene, it's most likely is going to be when the narrator pauses, catches his breath or something like that. So let it go with that so it's easy to follow. Now for the scenes that are like static, you could literally come up with some animation, some keyframe and all of that. Zoom in, zoom out, pan left, pan right. You don't need to do too much. You have a solid story already, so don't overthink that page. If you want, you can put in some transition between the scenes and all of that, but yeah. This is just your own personal preference now as an editor, just do what you like there. The last step to just put everything all together is the sound. A good sound design turns a slideshow into a movie. So basically you need to go onto Pixabay or anywhere you can get free audio which are not copyright. You get a nice audio that fits the story you're working with. So in this story it sounds like a thriller, there's suspense and all of that, so I went with this particular audio and you could see the way it keeps building up towards the end. So you need to find a good sound that like carry the user along with what's happening. You need to put that as well. Then you just need to edit it in CapCut as well and just put it wherever you want in your story. The rule here is this: the user doesn't need to like notice the sound, but it's just there and it keeps them engaged. But if you remove the sound, it will obviously feel flat. So you just need to get a good sound, not too loud. I always put it in minus 20 decibels. After putting all of that together, here is the full video. Let's watch this together.
A billionaire gets kidnapped because he looked too poor to be one. Germany, 1971. Heinz, a broke gambler, is drowning in debt. Then he reads a book about the world's richest people. One name catches his eye: Theo Albrecht, co-founder of Aldi. Filthy rich. Heinz thinks, if I can't earn it, maybe I can steal it. So he calls his criminal buddy, Diamond Paul, and hatches a plan to kidnap Theo. But they don't plan anything. They just wait outside Theo's office, looking for a man in a fancy suit. Problem is, Theo's a billionaire who hates spending money. He shows up in a wrinkled, oversized suit. They almost miss him. They make him prove he's really rich by showing his ID. Then they shove him into a wardrobe. That's when things get truly insane. Follow for part 2, when the kidnappers realize who they've messed with.
Making this wasn't about trying to make the next big video that is going to rival Fern or someone, but it's just about, okay, can you actually make this happen even if you don't know how to use 3D, you don't know how to use Blender and all those softwares and all of that? Yes, it is possible. You just need to be a creative director, I guess, and have a couple of AI tools to help you with it. Making all of this took a couple of hours, but I'm figuring out how to automate all of this so the process is faster, smarter, and much more accessible to everyone. If this has helped you in any way, how to make faceless content, generating good audios, character consistency, whatever way this video might have helped you, hit a like. It gets shared to more people. The more you like it, the more YouTube will recommend it to more people, and that will really help me. Subscribe if you want to see the process as this evolved, because I'll be doing more things related to this. Also, if you think anyone is going to be interested in this, please just share with them. It does help me as well. If you are wondering what AI tool can I use to make videos for different stuff, I have a video up here about things I've done related to that. You can watch this, where I compared some of the best AI video generator, and you can watch that as well, so it will help you make the right decision. Thank you very much, and see you next time.